Good morning and welcome back to another episode of Packrafting Essentials here at Vildmark. So my name is Martin and today we're going to be taking a look at maintenance of your TiZip on your Packraft. So as I said before, it's not if these zips will fail, it's when they will fail. And there's a few things you can do to extend the life on these zips. And the main thing is make sure it's dry when you're storing your Packraft. So the most common way that these zips fail is down the side here. Air will start to leak out of the side of the zip here, not through the teeth but through the side of the zip, and that normally happens if the actual zip is stored when it's wet. If it's stored for a long time when it's wet, through the process of hydrolysis, air will start to escape, will start to slowly bubble through the sides of the zips here. So the most important thing that you can do to prolong the life of your TiZip is to make sure that it is completely dry before you stow it for a long period of time. So the main thing with TiZips is keep them dry and keep them lubricated. Now let's take a look at lubricating your TiZip. So most Packrafts that come with a TiZip come with a little tube of silicone lubricant. So to use a silicone lubricant, just remember the old saying, less is more. So all we're going to do is literally just squeeze a tiny bit out onto the top of the zip in a few places, and then using a small piece of rag, we're just going to run that silicone up the zipper, just making sure that it's all worked in and there's no big bobbles of silicone left on top of the zip there that can attract debris. And then once that's done, we'll just open the zip a couple of times and close it just to make sure that it's fully lubricated. If you look at the top of the zip here, you can see there's a bit of silicone and a bit of muck around the top there. So all I'm going to do is just using a toothbrush is just make sure I clear all of that muck out from that top part of the zip there. And then using the rag, we're just going to make sure we wipe off any excess silicone that's in that little piece there and around the outside of the zip. So as I said before, less is more. So when it comes to lubricating your zip, make sure you're using a tiny amount of silicone. So now I've got just a little bit of silicone left on the rag that we lubricated the teeth with. I'm just going to use that just to lubricate the sides of the zip, the part that we said that can leak if it's stored wet. Now if your zip fails, it normally is a long wet walk home, but there is one thing that you can try to and get an airtight seal. So let's just say where the rag is, that the teeth have opened up here. So what you want to do is just take the zip puller, hold the zip and just gently but firmly pull it past that part, open it up, have a look at the teeth, see if any of the teeth are damaged. It might be that there's just debris inside of it. Use your toothbrush to make sure that the teeth are all clear. Have a look on both sides and then pull the zip again. It might take a couple of times for it to reset, or it might not work at all, which means it's going to be a long walk home. Now stowing your Packraft. Now TiZips do not like to be stowed bent. So when you're storing your Packraft for a long period of time, you need to try and keep this zip as straight as you possibly can. So the way I'm going to roll this Packraft is it's going to be in lengths that is roughly about the same size as the TiZip. So I'm just going to bring this forwards, rolling this up, and as I get to roughly where the TiZip is, I'm just going to bring it so that that zip is fairly straight there, and then I'm going to flick the Packraft over, bringing the zip straight onto the top. And then I'll start to roll the Packraft making sure that the zip is kept straight. And as we go past the zip, what I'm going to do with this here is just bring the valve slightly out to the side and then just continue rolling this up until we're done. And then that's keeping the zip straight.